This is Bantu Queen Blackbird, and welcome to a video that is to help you selecting schools for your children. This is Ekhaya International, and we are a consultancy business that helps you with travel and repatriation advice. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at schools in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a southern African country, and it actually has a history of having one of the best rates of literacy in the continent. Zimbabwe has a great education system, and these are some of the schools that you could possibly enroll your children at if they come. So our first school on today's lineup is Prince Edward Boys High School, and Prince Edward is in the capital city, which is Harare. Prince Edward has a good history of solid sports, including a great basketball team and a great rugby team, which is also similar to American football, as well as a great band. They're a very musical school, and the great thing about Prince Edward is that it is affordable. For day scholars, you can expect to pay about $60 US dollars, and boarding school about 600 US. Next is St. George's College and their junior school, Hartman House, which is also an all-boys school like Prince Edward. Well, at least it used to be. So St. George's has undergone some changes. Even though it is only offering boarding to boys, they now allow girls in the 5th and 6th form, but the primary school, Hartman House, remains all boys. Now St. George's is actually one of the oldest schools in Zimbabwe. It started 125 years ago. That's a long time ago, and they only started admitting girls in 2020, and yeah, that's quite revolutionary. The first time in 125-year history they started accepting girls in 2020. Okay, so next up is St. John's College and St. John's Prep, which is the junior school. St. John's College, affectionately known as the Green Blazer Boys or the Lambs, is one of the great schools in Harare. It's in a neighborhood called Grayston Park. The school has a great history of academics, sports, plus all-rounders. My big brother went to St. John's College. You can expect to pay about $2,600 for Form 1 to Form 4, and about $2,900 US for Upper 6 or the 6th form. Next is Falcon College. Now Falcon College is in Bulawayo, which is in the Matabeleland province of Zimbabwe. Falcon as well has a history of being an all-boys school, but like many schools, it has changed, and in January 2016 they accepted their first girls. So it is now a co-educational school with both boys and girls at Falcon. Falcon offers primary and high school services, and it is actually one of the best schools in the Matabeleland province of Zimbabwe. Falcon has an average of 4,000 US dollars as their tuition fee. So you can expect to spend about 4,000. Day scholars are welcome, as well as boarding. And as mentioned, it now caters for both girls and boys. Okay, so that is Falcon. Moving on to our next school, which is Watershed College, which is in the Marondera area of Zimbabwe. So Watershed is not too far from the capital city, Harare, about an hour's drive or so. Watershed is one of the better schools in Zimbabwe, and you can expect to pay about $2,180 per term for day scholars if you're Zimbabwean, but if you are of a foreign nationality, approximately $3,000 per semester at Watershed College. Watershed is one of those schools that has a reputation for great results, excellent teaching services, and it is one of the better schools in the country. Okay, next up is Gateway High School and Gateway Primary School, actually. Gateway Primary School, which is in Harare. So Gateway is a school that I went to. I actually went to Gateway High School, and at Gateway, their ethos is Christian based. It is a Christian school, and as a result, a lot of the learning and a lot of the activities are very much centered around the Christian faith. Gateway High School actually was one of the newer schools, so it hasn't got a long history like St. George's, like hundreds of years. It was actually built in the 90s, so this is a new school, but very high standard. At Gateway High School, you can expect to pay approximately $2,000 for your child, $2,000 US, but a quality education nonetheless. Next, we move to Peterhouse, which used to be co-ed but has been split into Peterhouse boys and Peterhouse girls. Peterhouse is in Marondera, which is about an hour's drive from the capital city of Harare, and Peterhouse is definitely one of the iconic schools in Zimbabwe. You can take your children as day scholars or as boarders. They can go to boarding, and both Peterhouse boys and Peterhouse girls are owned by the Peterhouse group of schools. You can expect to pay roughly about $3,500 for boarding facilities, and it ranges depending on the grade of the child. But as you can see, beautiful uniform, and the kids at Peterhouse are comfortable. Those in the boarding facilities have a comfortable lifestyle, and your children will definitely do well because Peterhouse is known for excellence in their academics, and their children tend to do very well in terms of the national scores. Okay, next up we move back to the capital city, and we're going to Arundel Girls High. So Arundel Girls High is an all-girls school in the capital city of Harare, and it is a high prestige school. So Arundel is a very reputable school set in beautiful grounds, and it's actually not so far from the CBD, but the school has a beautiful location. It offers boarding facilities as well as day. You can expect to pay about $2,000 for day scholars and about $3,840 for boarding facilities. So that is Arundel Girls High. High caliber of women coming out of Arundel Girls High. Okay, our next school in Harare, in the capital, is Bishopsley Girls School. Now, Bishopsley only caters for primary school children, which is junior school, which is the 1st to 7th grade. Bishopsley is one of the schools that actually has a reputation for raising up young, bright, intelligent, well-mannered and well-cultured little girls who grow up to be great women. So Bishopsley, like I mentioned, is just a junior school, but it is a very sought after school, and I understand that to get a place at Bishopsley is like finding a diamond. A lot of parents try very hard to get their kids into Bishopsley. The waiting list apparently for some kids is their children actually go on the waiting list when they're born. That's how deep it is. So if you can get your child into Bishopsley, guaranteed results. Your daughter will come out as a gem. Another girls' school in the capital city, Harare, is Chisippity. Chisippity has a senior school and a junior school, and Chisippity is set in the Chisippity neighborhood of Zimbabwe, of Harare. And Chisi, as it's affectionately known as, creates a real caliber woman. A lot of girls who come out of Chisippity are leaders in their community. With Chisippity, you can expect to pay fees of about $1,750 for the junior school and about $2,600 for the high school as day scholars, $4,560 for boarding. Next up is Eaglesville. Eaglesville is in Harare, so it is the only school in Zimbabwe that offers Afrikaans classes. They have a junior school and they also have a high school. Eaglesville school fees ranges from about $1,400 to $3,400 for either day or boarding. It's a co-educational school with both boys and girls on campus, and the school originally started in 1911 in Bulawayo, then it moved to Gweru in 1914 and eventually to Harare in 1948. Next up is Hillcrest College. Hillcrest College is located in the mountains, a town called Mutare, and very beautiful views. Hillcrest is one of the finest schools in Zimbabwe, and even though it's out in the mountains, a lot of parents send their children out to be boarders at Hillcrest. They do offer as well day facilities for children in the nearby towns. Now, as you can see in the background, the mountain views, and just across those mountains you'll find Mozambique is on the other side of the border. This border town offers great views, and fees range from $1,675 at day scholars and boarding is about 3,435. Next is the American International School, which is based in the capital city of Harare. Now, the American International School follows American terms, and they use the SAT system. So if your child is coming from the States, the transition into the system wouldn't be as different as coming into one of our schools that use the Cambridge system or the ZimSec system. The campus is beautiful, high-tech labs, computer labs, media halls, and you can have primary to high school children attend the American school. High school, roughly about 3,500 is your tuition, and primary about 2,700. The campus is currently closed because of the COVID pandemic, and online learning is continuing. Okay, these are some schools available in Zimbabwe. If you're interested in any of the schools that you have seen in this video, please feel free to drop Ekhaya International an email or a text message letting us know how we can assist you in placing your children at one of these or any other school in the country. As you can see, our email address and WhatsApp number is on the screen right now, so get in touch with us for a one-on-one video consultation session so we can present you with a tailor-made plan to suit your family's housing, educational, and healthcare needs. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos to assist you in your plans to repatriate to the continent. We at Ekhaya are here to serve you.